Thank you, Danny. Thank you so much. 31 months. It's just coming in straight there. I can't really type very well, but I'll come back to the main screen. Hold on. There we go. How is everyone? 31 months. That is amazing. Thank you, Danny. Just having to reorganize everything here. Cookie's literally guarding the keyboard down below. She's dribbling all over it. I can't get access to the keys. I can't move. But we are here. Sorry for the slight late start. How are you all? Hope you're all doing well. Darkwing, Bonebreaker, Danny, and I hope you're having a fantastic evening so far. How's your weekend been? Hope it's been good. Let me just readjust that. There we go. How's everyone doing? How's your auctions been? We'll be going through doing the Wowhead blog in a moment, in another half hour or so. I've got a list of my auctions. I think I haven't done anything at all. Oh, there goes Cookie. You're deciding to move now, are you? Tail in the way. Can I get my keyboard back? Or are we just gonna stick? Oh no, that's it. Okay, I don't have a mouse now. You sat on the mouse. Okay, let me just clean cat dribble off the keyboard. There we go. Yeah, the mouse is. Hold on. Never work with animals. Hold on. Let me borrow. Can I have my mouse back? Thank you. No mat, but we'll stick with that. A lot of sales this week. Oh, fantastic. Good to hear. I haven't had a huge amount of stuff I've been able to list on this week. We'll have a look at the mail for tonight anyway, whilst people are coming in. I'll just give that a moment. I'll probably just clear this meat and fish out first, just to give myself a little more bag space, and then we have a look. No problem with Lego. Thank you for stopping by nonetheless. Are there 36 months hats already? Oh, I'll have to check that actually. Darkwing, we'll have a look, see what we've got. Alright, I at least got this is the wrong one. I want that one. Let's pop those in there, and the meat. Hopefully I have room for these. May not have room for that one. I can at least clear out some of those. Wow, I've got loads of stuff there. Still got chocolate cake. Need to do something with that. A little bit of space here. Let's just drop that in there for now. Right, and is that everything? Box of many things. Other bits and pieces. Okay. That should give me 102 space anyway, so that should be good for now. There we are. Right, let's get some auctions on the go. First and foremost, I want to do some routines with my other accounts as well, with the NA account, so I might throw that in tonight's proceedings as well, because I never tend to do that. I'd also, wouldn't mind, as you're here, Will, picking brains for farming spots for non-Shadowlands areas. Would be a nice collection of ideas, if you have any. Can do something with Samadan. Places where I can't fly. Well, no, places where I can fly, because I can't fly in BFA and I can't fly in Shadowlands at this point, certainly. Came back to WoW and Shadow Song this weekend. Oh, fantastic, Will. It was fun. Lots to catch up on. Yeah, I imagine you have, definitely. There's lots of things. Lots of gold has been blooming. That's fantastic to hear. Glad to hear everyone's making some gold. That's what we're here for. Oh, Cookie's given me my mouse mat back, even better. She probably wants to go and get some food. Hold on one moment. What's going on? Might be an Oreo on the other side. There we go. Right, I have full control of my desk area again. There we are. Zanzibar, good evening to you. How are you doing? How goes your gold and your alt army and your mission table companion success? Right, okay. We are go. We've got that. That's all good. Let's move that around now. Put my microphone in the right place. There we are. And we're back. There we are. Applies slight. Good evening to you. You've returned. Welcome back. Okay, so what have we got? Let's list this lot on. Let's move this over here. Let's start base group, miss profile, auctioning, everything. List it all. List everything. Spent some time outside today, mowed the lawn at your grandma's house, also starting a new landscaping project at her house tomorrow. That sounds great, sounds full. Nice outdoors projects are always good, definitely. Think of the crafters, or the daily and courtier. I haven't seen what we've got today. I haven't done any dailies in a long while, actually. I need to get back in on those, certainly. Almost have 3 level 50s ready to take to 60, which brings me to 11 60s, wow. But have you got to do all the renown and all the companions for those? That's going to be that's a big old project, but good, definitely. Courtier crystals, we'll check after we've done this. I think the price would still be okay, I think. 4 gathers, thank you so much for the follow. Lovely to have you here. Didn't get a notification on that. Hopefully that'll come through in a moment. And let's get all that posted. Let's look. Courthite. What is the price of the Courthite crystal? 2,200 on Shadow Song. Region average is, oh, okay, 1,000. Really? 1,161. Okay. Region sale average 1,900. Average daily sold 505 a day. Okay, it's still not to be sniffed at. If you got alts, definitely. I wanted ones with flying, but for areas where I don't have, for areas where I have access to flying, so mainly Old World, Cataclysm, Pandaria, those kind of things. Anywhere, maybe Burning Crusade stuff. Anything where I've got mobility, because I don't have flying in Shadowlands. I don't have flying in BFA, probably. I may not even have it in Legion. I'll have to... No, I do have it in Legion, because I remember flying around there. Yeah. Well, Professions is good for that. Okay, I've been having a look at Worth It, the Dala GG's great add-on for some gold per hour suggestions there. Those have been quite nice as well. So I'll probably just see what we have, yeah. We'll go through. I'll probably do a video fairly soon, I think, on just doing some farming on Samadan on NA, just to get myself a little bit more gold, so that I can at least pay for a token on that. No problem, Torgman. You've had a lot of football on lately. But thank you so much. Back when the match is over. Well, I hope your match is good. Dropped under 2k finally today. Yeah, they have now. I wonder what that will do with the price of legendaries. I mean, they really should be cheaper, to be honest. It's just not sustainable at that high price. So I'm glad to see them cheaper. About 1,000 ending up at would be, I think, an okay number. Volatiles, primals, fell slate, all good. Yeah, those are also things to think about, actually. In terms of, I guess, the volatiles and things, it's about going around and killing a lot of stuff as well, isn't it? But being a druid will make that easier with flight form. I don't tend to like... I prefer herb and mining farms than going around killing stuff repeatedly farms. That's true. Yeah, potion of treasure finding, actually, that would be nice. I could probably get a decent amount through that. I can, well, no, I was thinking I was on EU, I can't make any, but I could probably buy some somewhere. That's a good price of Tome of Illusions Outland, 31,000. Wonder if I get any sales with that. Last time I did a full list of things, there wasn't a huge amount in the mailbox, so we'll just have a look and see where we get to with everything at the bottom here. I'm not expecting a huge amount, I've not been that active of late. Hayley, good evening to you. How are you doing? Saronite ore, yeah, that could be another one. That's been on the list of ones as suggestions. Definitely. Yeah, and titanium, okay. I'm doing very well, thank you, Haley. Been quite busy. A bit tired today, though, actually. I did have a bit of a nap this afternoon and watched... what did I watch? Justice League. I didn't think I'd seen it, so I went to see it, watched it, thinking, I don't remember this at all. And then I got to the end of the film and thought, oh yes, I have seen this. But I couldn't remember whilst I was watching it. Maybe that's an old age thing, or maybe that's just a film thing. I'm not sure. Dreamleaf, yeah, for the glyph makers, that's always useful. Winter Grasp, yeah, I did that last time on my Let's Play series. I did Winter Grasp. It's a nice one, definitely Bonebreaker. But we're doing, I think, yeah, we can just think of ideas, things I can reinvigorate the Let's Play series. I need to do all the story campaign on Shadowdan so that we can get through and do all of that. That's another thing to think about. Alright, Grimveld Cape, there's one going on, what's this for? 157. So see, look, the profit margins on that is 128,000. Vestige of Origins costing 119,000. So that's where all the margins have gone. And that's with a lower price of the Gorthite crystals. The Gorthite crystals I've got mainly farmed, but some bought. That's another thing to think about. No problem, Will. You got 322 Serenite bar if you want to make a deal. Thank you, Villago. I'm not. This is on. I'm thinking for NA for farming, but thank you. I don't know whether it's not a market I've been active in on Shadowsong, so I don't know what I might need it for at this point. Certainly. Cindercloth boots, 330. Wonder what else we've got at the bottom here. Get everything listed first, we'll have a look. I've got to do my mission tables as well. List everything on, list my auctions on. Arcane crystals, Saronite, Titanium, Elementium, Pyrite ore, all very good starters for early capital. Easy to farm. So yeah, those were all good suggestions. Thank you, Zanzful. I shall bear those in mind.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Yeah, anything that people still use for either mounts or engineering or anything that's a still occasional seller that people need in volume, Vala the Sands things, all those kind of stuff that are still required, but people don't really want to go out and farm them, but they can get decent profit margins just by buying them off the auction house. Then that's where coming in and farming them for said people is always useful. Saigon Paul, good morning to you. Aloha to you. I hope you're doing well. Obsidian ore in Bashir and get herbs as well. Yes, I mean the herbs are a good price. The Kata herbs are usually quite good. What one's this? Is this one? This is a 249 one for 14,000 profit on that one. I haven't had many Grimveld sales actually of late. But then I've not been that active, so that's not surprising really. Alright, let's grab that. Next batch. That's gone through quite quickly actually. Surprisingly quickly. Auction house must be fast today. So out of being noisy, what's Legion surveying going for right now? With that mount up currently. I don't know, I've not really been following about that new mount. Well, not new, but the one that only comes around every 6 months. I saw it posted on Wowhead. I think I saw a tweet from Mantheus that he picked it up. Oh, there we go. Grimveld Cape sold for 157,000 according to my text. And, oh, okay, it has sold for 150,000. A rank 6. Profit margin 28,000. That's okay. I'll take that. Thank you very much. It does mean I'm going to have to make another one now, though. That's going to be slightly annoying. Okay, but I'm not complaining. I'm far from complaining. I just must have been lucky at that time to have posted mine on, just as someone was buying one. Good evening, Commander Bond. How are you doing? Lovely to have you here. How goes your gold making? Still doing well with the crafter's marks, I hope. Gonna go, this is the last lot, definitely. You've been selling them for over 5k lately. No one posts them up. Oh, right, okay. That's interesting, yeah. Anything new and exciting? I think I'm hearing rumours or sniffs of a patch 9.15 on the horizon somewhere. I don't know whether that's going to be the case. I saw Kalani had a video that popped up. I haven't seen it yet. It was talking about 9.1.5. It was data mined, was it, Zanzibar? Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's probably still early days yet. Diablo 2. Oh yes, Diablo 2 this weekend. I completely missed that. Haven't had time to have a look at it at all, to be perfectly honest. Nothing extra in the mail, so this isn't a particularly large mailbox, but that's not surprising really. But we do have a sale, nice healthy sale of 140 odd thousand or whatever it was we just sold. So I'll wait for that to come through. I'll pick up this, the shirts, the boots, a few extra bits and pieces. I'll just post this up first and I'll come back to that whilst it reloads. But yeah, I've never played Diablo 2, so I'm probably going to wait until it actually comes out and maybe have a look at it then, so I can play it fresh and new. It hasn't been updated since you posted the link a week ago. I guess that's good. Well, I'm guessing so. It must be working. I switched over to using that after you posted the link, so it's been working okay for me so far, definitely. What's after happening this weekend? But can't keep up with sales on one of your servers. Guessing some goblins are on holiday. It could be that actually, Hayley. Less competition can always spike some sales, certainly. Alright, let's get this lot. We'll take all of this, get some extra fish and things like that. I am going to probably have to try a restock. Whether I have time to do a full restock tonight is going to be tricky. Obviously, we've got the Grimfield Cape going to come in a moment. We'll just check those auctions for now. Then, I guess mission table. Definitely, that looks like it needs doing. The blog will be live soonish anyway. So we'll just go through what we can before it goes live. There we go, got something new. What did we get? A new upgrade. A 187 offhand with a 200 offhand. Am I wearing an offhand at the moment? Okay, I must be. Okay, we'll take that then. What have you got here? Ooh, quite a few things. I still don't think I'm much on the XP front, so still need to work on it. We're at level between 46 and 40 at the moment. Let's see if we can get a victory out of this. And these look interesting. That's anima. More anima is always good. I could do all of those, hopefully. What's the easy? That one's 1500 XP. That's a relatively easier one. That looks a little bit better at 1200. Let's try this with a bunch of people. Send that one off. And then that's 1000 XP, 6 Veiled Augment runes, and some Soul Cinders. That's a good one. I'll take that. Let's get 3 of those. And then what else have we got? Oh, well, these, the gold ones. And that's a 3000 XP boost. Yes, if I can do it. Don't know if I can. No. Let's try another one. Looks like it might be tricky to do. Don't want to overrun it too much, but... Oh no, we did get one. Okay, that's probably worth it just for the extra XP for the companion of 3000 there. Then I've only got a few left, so we'll take just some easy gold, I think. And another one at 10,000 maybe? Yeah, take that. Okay. Take those will do. Okay. BRB, refill your drink, not sure if What, more coffee or Dr. Pepper? Oh, good choice, definitely. Bullseye, good evening to you. How are you doing? It's a lovely Sunday evening where we're just going through listing our auctions and doing our routine bits and pieces first and foremost. So I'll leave Samadan here for now. Everything's done for now. Let's jump on the other characters, get their auctions listed, collect up any gold they might have. We've kind of been hovering at this 1.8 million for a while now. That's mainly because I haven't been active, more than sales slowing down. If I was posting more religiously every day, then I'm pretty sure I'd have much more sales than that. But it's been several days between listing, so there's been whole chunks of time where I've not had any auctions on the auction house, which understandably you're not going to get any sales that way, are you? But that is the way the game works. On to the next one, at least. So we should, I think we're in Ardenweald for most of this. It's easiest to just do the mission tables outside and use Katie for this one. You're usually hanging around here. There we go, let's go grab ourselves some mission tables. I think I'm mainly just XP at the moment. Oh no, I do quite a lot of different things here. Slowly getting through. Nothing XP wise. 2,600. What's good XP wise? We probably could do a campaign something if we can boost this up a little bit. 17,000, that does look tough though. These are at 34. That doesn't seem doable. No, I'll have to level up a little bit more, I think. So something like this one for 1,200 would be nice. Yeah, there we go, we can assign some for that. And then a 900 is the next highest. 750 there. Yeah, we'll go with a 9. And then 600 for each of those. 400, 400. And a 750 for the more one, but that's probably going to be too difficult to do, so I'll take one of these easier ones. Meat or herbalism? Probably go meat, I think. How many have we got left? Can we do one each, maybe? Yeah, let's do that, and that one. Just thinking about it. You can do it. Welcome back. You got rank 4s are selling fast as well. Oh, fantastic. Those, I think, have better profit margins than the rank 5s and 6s, quite often. So they're well worth doing. Okay, those done. Let's move back a little bit. Grab ourselves our last of our thermal anvils for now. Grab that. Get ourselves a mailbox. And then check our mail. Okay, Shadowglass ingots, always been selling well at the moment. I've got a little bit, not much space here actually. This is mainly anima and a few other bits and pieces. Okay, let's get this sorted first. What's in here? Fish. And well, we've got another one here, skinning. Okay. Just a little bit of organisation here as well.
Off and away.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to
Run a
be at
post
least
scan
2
first. There we go.
centuries old.
I think I'm playing, because I've not been playing every day, I'm playing catch up now in terms of progress on characters. I've not routinely got things done. Just in case you deleted your Altholic and Data Store SVs today, there was a couple of updates to them, and now Then the author suggests SV deletion. It's been months since you did that. Data source SVs. What does save variables is that? Okay. I still got Alcoholic. I don't really use it that much at the moment.
If you find anything
I'm
exotic,
perfectly honest. Yeah, let's just carry on with the mail first whilst we're here, because otherwise Katie will expire. And so we'll just post on this and we'll clear out these afterwards. Although that said, probably just send those on. There's only 2 of them though when they're in the bag. That's fine. We'll do this the slow way.
have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2
Still getting
centuries
some
old.
stuff on. Again, I need to restock. I've sold a few of the 200 rings. And I haven't gotten up to the Crafter's Mark of the Chain Dial yet on that front either. Mostly as item checks find out which tune has which BOA item. Yeah, that's also that as well. Karuchi, hello to you. How are you doing?
Find anything exotic?
Hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far. We're just running through the mail at the moment. Got something else at the bottom of the mailbox. So the ingots, that's probably all of those. I need El Morte to start selling some ingots now, because he's very lacking in funds at the moment, and we need
Have anything
to
trade?
get some sales
Needs
going
to
on
be
that front.
At least 2 centuries old.
Yeah, it's not been selling that much, Danny, at the moment. I've had a few on. I need more variety on, and I need to just make a few more. I haven't. The blacksmithing sales have been slow compared to tailoring and leatherworking. Certainly.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
But we'll see. We'll see how things. Okay, we've got a few different rings. Nothing. Just the regular ones, and then the ingots there. Okay, we'll take all of that. 6,500.
Very good.
Take that and post that lot on.
Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
And then that's 12 on there. Leviathan's Eye of Intellect just sold. That's good. 1,000 for that. So those are still selling. Those are interesting, aren't they? Right, so from here, we'll just go and clear out a little bit stuff from our bags here. Deposit that lot. A load of stuff there. And then there's some stuff I can probably just send on to the respective characters if I open them up. Where were they? This one, the fish, the skinning one, that one. We also need to do the facets of research. Paper Zeppelin kit, we can probably get rid of that. Upgrade to circuits and things. Infuse wild seed of regrowth with this spirit. Okay, that's Queen's Conservatory stuff. I haven't been doing any of that at this point. And that's a couple more conduit things. So we'll send all the fish to Samadan. And then I've got some leather mats there. Send to Earthen. You can pick those up. Still a few. Yeah, there's got some random stuff here certainly. Where's the Forge of Bonds? I think that's over here. Yes, that's over that one. You've been selling a ton of Panthers the past 4 days actually. 4 jeweled and 19 of the normal ones. Wow, that's loads. That's absolutely loads. Yeah. I get the occasional one, but it is really once in a blue moon. Right, return this bead of anima to your covenant in exchange for a weapon. Oh, okay. We'll leave that for now. Leviathan's Eyes, those are all below min price at the moment. We'll take that one. Marksman's Advantage. Looks like I've got 2 of them. I don't think I can get a second one, can I? No, so we'll just delete that. And then we'll get our upgrade here. Dark Moon, bits and pieces, Panther Gems. Usually there's a whole load of stuff here that needs just clearing out more. We've got 50 spaces available there. So we'll leave Bridget at this point. I'll leave you. You're doing your anima resources slowly. I'll leave you here. Let's go through, carry on listing some more auctions on for now. I should have checked my auctions before swapping over, actually. That would have been useful. Let's have a look at leatherworking. Seriously lacking living steel. Don't have the time to farm and only have one daily transmute. Yeah, I mean, if you can get the ghost iron and the spirit of harmony cheap enough, and you answer that they're crazy expensive on your realm. Okay, that's going to be the bottleneck then, certainly. You know, yes, you can look at moats, but it's all about just trying to find a bargain that's still relatively largely farmed, so you might be able to get a good bargain at some point. You're paying around 200 gold for spirits as well. Yeah, that's a solid price for spirits. I'd be happy to be selling spirits at that price. Okay, whilst I'm here, I'll do the whole mission table stuff. Let's complete those. Some pretty low level here. Let's take the XP whilst we can. And that one. Just a couple of easy ones, really. We need more companions here. More companions are required. And if there's anything to deposit, I'll go grab those now. A visit to Torghast would be necessary. Showing it, there's nothing to deposit. Okay, we'll leave that. And then we'll pop on outside and get our auctions done. There we go, okay. Yeah, there's going to be more Torghast. I'm not sure whether to wait now until... I mean, it's a fair old trek to go through the whole campaign, to go through the whole Covenant campaign and the Chains of Domination campaign in order to get ourselves to that point. That's probably a bit excessive for these characters. It's kind of something I'd like to do. There we got Comfortable Riders Barding, a couple of those sales. What else is going to come through in the bottom end? Let's have a look. Good evening, Jeannie. I'm also going to look again. It's raid time, no problem. Hope your raid goes well. We're just mainly listing auctions tonight, I think. You only bother to do it on 3, your main crafters. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to experience the Covenant campaign for all 4 Covenants. That would be something I'd like to add to my list. Well, it's already added to my list of things to do. Definitely. I'd like to do it before 9.2, ideally. The rest are stuck at chapter 3. Yeah. I think that's where, well, certainly for the Chains of Domination stuff. Because having to get the renown all the way up is the main issue there. But we're doing alright leatherworking this month so far, up at 125,000 so far. That's pretty good, I would say. Take all of that, and then what's left in the bottom? Okay, 8,000 gold, so there's something at the bottom here. What have we got? Is it some more? I reckon it's just standard Desolate gear, I reckon. Or maybe a Shadow Scale piece. Shadebound, there we go, Shadebound Helm for 5,000. That's good. Get those drums going, get all that going. Let's just open up all of those. Get the extras that were sent through and post that lot on. Yeah, so again, leatherworking doing well. The main issue here again is restocking. I haven't done a big restock in over a week, and I think I'm paying the price for it because the things that have sold I've not restocked on. So therefore the stuff that I've got listed is the stuff that hasn't sold as frequently. Always be restocking at this point, certainly. Right, so with those done, that's done. Let's just park ourselves. Go on, you can get through. There we go. And let's jump onto the next one. Have a look. So, El Morte, let's check blacksmithing. Let's see how it's gotten on. Next up. I would like some sales because we're dangerously low on cash for blacksmithing. Don't want to borrow any from any other characters. Yeah. ABC Sam. A different Samwise, but still good words, certainly. Always be crafting. I think that's the way, really. There's no two ways about it. Just wait for this to load through. There we go. I might as well grab some mission here. Sanctum upgrades. I'll swing past that one. Grab that. No, nothing to deposit there. Gonna have to do more dailies on these just to keep their renown ticking through. That's always going to have to be necessary, certainly. We've gone live. Thank you, Vallegro. We'll just go and open up these, and then we'll go and have a look. A few different bits and pieces. Makes such a satisfying sound, that. Campaign, I saw one there. Let's see if we can do a campaign with one of the characters. No. 2? Yes. And then, right, we've got 1200 and 500, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ideally. There we go. Off they go. And then I need to just get myself ready for some mailbox opening and things, but we'll stay here for now whilst we go and do the blog, I think, and then we'll come back and do that afterwards. So let's have a look. There we go. Liquor's very kindly given me the link. So copy.
Yes, my lord.
That and that. Paste that in there. Submit that. So that should be ready. And let's just grab that. Bring that over. There we are. And G-Star and Ohana DH. There we go. Sorry if I butchered your name. Lovely to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Some issues with TSM restock when it comes to account sync, optional reagents and different legend ranks. Keep that in mind. Never blindly trust on a PC program. That is always worth thinking. Darkwing, definitely. There we go. So let me just move this. Where's my other window gone? Window management, always my bane of a streamer's life. There we go. Let's move that and that. So we have 190th edition of the WoW Economy Weekly Wrap-Up. Time has flown by. We're coming up to almost 100 episodes done by myself truly, and Gumdrop's doing the first 100. So it's been going on hugely. We'll have to think of something. If you have any ideas for something for 200, I think it would be worth doing something pretty nice. I mean, that's 10 weeks away, certainly. We're going to be nearly at Christmas then, I think, looking at that. So, speaking of Gumdrops, he starts off the Wowhead blog this week with a really nice post he put on Reddit with the anatomy of a TSM release. So it's really nice and really sort of open to see sort of like the behind the scenes action of what goes into the release and things like that. Thank you, Vallejo, for the shout out. I'm not sure if he's still streaming now. He was streaming earlier. So we have We're launching a new blog series detailing what goes on behind the scenes, specifically describing how 4.12 is being built, and from deciding what features be included to publicly releasing it. So this one is like the selection criteria, what's going to go in to 4.12. I mean, I just thought they just like picked something and just went for it, and if it works, then great. Good evening. New Goblin trying to learn the way. Well, you're more than welcome here. If you do have any questions, any number of us in here will more than happily answer. We're currently just going through the Wowhead blog about all the different things that we sort of have as the news for goblins, basically, which is slightly different to regular news. We tend to just focus on very specific add-ons and things like that, namely TSM here, which is what I'm talking about here. Combined blog half hour, I have gumdrops during a stream combine. Yeah, basically. Meeting of cats, Oreo, Cookie, Sammy Dodger versus Reuben. Can you imagine? Reuben wins on elegance by far. He's the most elegant cat I know, certainly. Mine, I mean, we had Cookie here earlier. She's gone now, so mine aren't joining the stream tonight at the moment. So obviously, as Gumdrop saying, there's no end to the list of things you want to put into TSM. There's always stuff, there's always feedback, there's always feature requests that people have and things. So it'd be very interesting to see what they sort of include. I mean, what portion of our user base would benefit from this feature? How much value will it bring to them? And how hard is it to do? You know, there's some things are gonna, you know, if it means you're gonna have to completely break apart TSM to get it to work, then that's unlikely to be implemented really. Like design time, development time, dependencies, all this kind of stuff. You have to weigh up the different options. Went through a ranking exercise to help us prioritize a list of high-level features we wanted to implement. Optional material support was the big one. It was the big one that was missing in 4.11, and we are so glad when it arrived. That was definitely... Poor Ruben, exposing himself on stream. I know the feeling. Cats be cats, really. They just do what they want to do. They have no shame. So when it came time to plan out 4.12, we went with the idea of gathering being the primary focus. So decided on the primary feature, in this case gathering. Next step is one level deeper to figure out exactly what use cases will be useful in this one. The most challenging part is deciding what not going to do. Again, there's so many things. The list is probably huge. If you look at the Trello board and stuff like that, you can see all the ideas and things they have. Gathering for multiple characters at the same time is not something we're going to be doing in 4.12 because it requires a ton of design development. So yeah, I mean, that could be very interesting how that would work, but I could see how that would be really complicated. So prioritize ideas. In this case, it was the following. So general usability to the task list and the gathering tab, which I think you can certainly tell that task list hasn't had as much love and attention. Adding support for the gathering from the bank in Classic, well, that would be a definite requirement, certainly. Intermediate crafts, because storage is such a problem in Classic, definitely. Let me just go anti-AFK for a minute. There we go. Improved connected realm support and a default farming source which will track how many the players acquired through more manual means. Now that's an interesting thing. I'd like to understand how that goes and gets implemented. That could very much change the way you value things and things like that. So as Gundrop says, a fairly ambitious set of features. But I think when you know, it's like how do you eat an elephant in lots of small chunks. That's the same here, is basically just divide it up into small discrete tasks that you can assign to different people or work on in small chunks, and then it all gets done eventually, certainly. So next steps are going to be split between design and development. On design side, brainstorming the UI for the task list and gathering tab look and feels like, and on the development side, starting to implement some of the more back-end changes to support. I mean, this is proper programming development, this is. And then obviously Gumdrops has been hard at work on the knowledge base and on the blog, updating us with all this information. So thank you, Gumdrops. This kind of information, this kind of transparency is absolutely fantastic for such a comprehensive add-on that we all rely on. I mean, I couldn't imagine playing WoW the way we all do without TSM. So I would certainly, if you don't already, subscribe to their premium service just to give them support, definitely. So that's TSM and what we got to look forward to 4.12. Next on the list, yeah, you wouldn't be able to make as much. I mean, the way I looked at it, when I first started my gold making in Legion properly, is once I knew that I could use gold to pay for my token price, then I thought, you know what, that price for a TSM premium is less than the monthly sub to WoW. So if TSM allows me to easily make and enjoyably make enough for a token every month, then I can at least put some of my real life money towards the development of the add-on. To me it was a no-brainer basically. So exactly, I only started halfway through BFA because you wanted the long boy. Well, yeah, I mean that was a good target to go for, certainly. I think we got a lot of new goblins with the long boy, certainly. How's the token doing? 187 and 261. 261 doesn't seem too bad as a price. I think it's been holding. How low has it gone recently? I've not been keeping track. So next topic is flipping. Myself and Manthius have got a couple of videos we happen to bring out in conjunction this week, which is really nice because you can see two different approaches and you can look at the sort of thinking behind people when they do flipping. So flipping, if you're not aware, it's the buying items cheap and selling them for more for a profit. It's simply that, as Manthius puts eloquently here, buy low, sell high. Deciding what to flip, how much to flip, and how to go about it. I go through a lot of small process steps in my Let's Play series, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. And what I did, I brought the Let's Play series back into action. It's been missing in action for a few months. And I did a summary of what I do for flipping. I might even go through and do that live on stream as well, because I haven't done that today. So it might be worth having a look, see how Samadan's getting on. Stabadan, sorry, is getting on. So I go through the thought process of what I do when I look at commodities. This is mainly sort of cloth, leather, herbs and ore, those kind of things. I need to introduce some enchanting materials as well. That's the next thing on my list. And a few other bits and pieces like volatiles and stuff. And then Manthius goes through and talks about flipping in a very sort of slightly different methodology, and talking about the trends, and using TSM and how you can use custom price sources to then make a sort of a trend value that you can assign to it by looking at the historical data versus the market data, seeing whether it's trending up or down, and using that as another thing that you can do, because you're looking at all the different information in the TSM tooltip to help you decide, should I buy this or shouldn't I buy that? That's basically it. So two very different videos, but on the same subject of flipping. So if you are interested in making gold in whatever capacity, because it can be sort of just starting out, you're just wanting to learn the basics and things like that, or it can be more advanced, bigger things, resetting markets and what have you. So there's a bit of something for everyone in those videos. And then the next one, this was talking about vendor shuffles, which we've talked about a fair amount. And this is fairly well known about the price of materials. But Science9 did a really nice write-up, which I thought was worth including, just explaining the whole thing, what professions we're talking about, and what values are current at the moment in terms of what materials to look out for. Leatherworking being slightly more complicated because there's a couple of options.
How kind of you.
Oh,
Torgman just subscribed. I have returned.
That's an entrance and a half. You returned indeed. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. 10 months, that is amazing. And thank you for your grand entrance. Lovely to have you here. How did the football go? We're just talking about vendor shuffling at the moment, so the well-known ones with tailoring, with the shadow lace robe. Is it shadow lace? I think it is. Shrouded cloth, sorry, not shadow lace. That's too expensive. Infected Cleaver, thank you so much for the follow. So the shrouded cloth robe for tailoring. Basically, if your shrouded cloth gets below something like 1 gold 75, it might be worth doing in that case. And then leatherworking is slightly more complicated because you've got the desolate leather and the pallid bone prices to have a look at. And you've got a choice between composite bow and desolate leather arm guards, and just kind of going through the decision process if you want to do these as well. Blacksmithing less so on that front, certainly. Had a 2-lead no lead at halftime and managed to lose 3-2. Oh no, that's terrible. Justin Rose, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Lovely to have you here. Just talking about vendor shuffles, which we all know quite well after the whole Relic of the Past stuff that went on. But I mean, these are kind of thin and scarce at the moment. Blizzard has done a lot of work to try to minimize the amount of vendor shuffles that go on, because it's not necessarily, and I agree with them from a design point of view, that it's not necessarily a great way to make gold by just churning stuff through and vendoring it straight away. This is incredibly time dependent, and I think that's the thing to remember. This is, something you could possibly do when you're, say, traveling or generally AFK, choose to set things off crafting and then come back to it later, and then doing things en masse. If you happen to get things at a really good price, like shrouded cloth below 175, desolate leather below 380, and pallid bone below 2, as an example, the lower the better, basically. If you happen to see them on your server and you can get a decent amount and you've got the time, this is the sort of thing that might be quite good for if you're working from home and you've got a second screen and you can just set it off and then just come back to it every now and again. That's the kind of thing where this is, you don't want to give it, you can't give it your full attention, but you can give it some semi-AFK attention. So I thought that was a really nice write-up, just explaining the whole process. But I thought it was worth caveating it with definitely, it is easy, but it does take time. Never make a mess, you're too lazy. I certainly make a mess. That's because I'm so disorganized more than anything else. Great news if you're on Classic Burning Crusade, and we're just talking about this before the blog went live. We were talking about using Worth It for finding farms, and I'm going to be using it on my NA series to find some good farms. It's also available now. John's been really hard at work making it work for Classic Burning Crusade, because farming, I think, is a lot more time effective, I think, if you're doing it in Classic, because the materials, lots of different materials, still have a lot of value because your time is really worth a lot in the game, so you can still make a reasonable amount of gold this way. So there's a whole lot of modules as normal, with the mining, hurlers, fishing, skinning, the usual ones, the same one in retail, with importable routes, which is always fantastic. So having this all working, it's on CurseForge already, so if you are in Classic at all, this is well worth it. If you're looking, pun intended. There's a YouTube video going through the overall overview of it, and if you go into John's Discord, he's got loads of different stuff here, and you can always ask your questions there. So thank you, DalGD, for that. That is really, really good. Nice bit of Classic news. Another bit of news that popped in earlier this week was Narissa spotted this and has since done a post on Wowhead just specifically about this, but Papa's mint condition bag, the bag that we're all trying to get, holds up free hugs. I think that's a great sign to have in any occasion, definitely. Consent approved, of course. If you haven't got Papa's mint condition bag, I mean, who has the bag at the moment? Do I have it on... See, I don't have it on El Morte. And it may not sound like a lot. These are 30 slot bags I've got at the moment. But a 34 slot bag just really makes a huge difference. So this would be really good for your alts if they haven't got one already. Mordovate, good evening to you. I'm doing fantastic, thank you very much. Making a reasonable amount of gold at the moment. We haven't gone through all our gold making at the moment. We're just going through the blog at the moment. There we go. Lovely to see so much love in the chat. So if you haven't got this, it is available on the black market auction house. Starting bid of 20,000, I think. So have a look out for that, and you might be able to snag yourself a good 34 slot bag. The other one from the Mad Merchant, another sort of single available bag, is 500,000, I think it is. So yeah, there's a couple of options for large bag capacity, certainly. Samadan family, definitely. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, 10k per slot, but it's one of those things. It's kind of it's very, very useful. I mean, I would be very tempted if I was Horde to be Volpera just for the extra bag space more than anything else. You can see here with my bags the way they're organised. There's always so much stuff. Yeah. Drop the N, Samada family. Yeah, that could work. Well, if you could resell it, Krill, that would be very interesting. Yes, that would be quite the market. I would expect at some point with tailoring, we're going to get a 34 slot bag, which may make this kind of stuff redundant. Maybe in the next expansion, perhaps. Yeah, that kind of works, Dark Queen, doesn't it? Definitely. So that's pretty much the news this week. There's not been a huge amount going on these past couple of weeks. Obviously there's Blizzard stuff as well ongoing. So if you are watching through the embed, please come through if you have any questions and things like that. We're going to be carrying on our gold making here on Samadan and my other characters, and I might even go over and check out Classic and NA as well if I got time in my routine just to check them out. So we'll leave this for the moment, and then we will carry on opening our mailbox, and we'll go on from there. Get F9 Fast Saga flashbacks. I'm not sure what that is, Torben, definitely. Watching in bed. Now that seems like a good plan. Definitely a good plan. I know, Rose, you have got it all set up there.
Work.
All the family means from it. Ah, right, okay. Starspace, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Is that right? Can you no longer use controllers? That's a shame. Is that because of the whole third-party software stuff? I thought they would still allow that, but that is annoying. Okay, we sold a few more Shadowgas ingots. That's good because we're only down to 2,500 gold on El Morte, so we needed the capital here. So let's deal with the expires first. We don't have the full set of Shadow Steel stuff, so we need to fix that up, certainly. The add-on that allowed you to use it is not allowed. Right, okay. So I'm guessing some sort of native support would be really useful at this point, I think. Maybe Blizzard can look into getting that done, certainly. You can petition Blizz to use it though, but it's complicated, yeah. Yeah, is it actually integrated? I mean, if it is, that would be good, yeah. Yeah, if there's native support, then that would be great. And maybe you could use add-ons like Bartender or Keybinds and things. You haven't tried it since they made WoW Mapper and No-Go. Okay, maybe there are options there. It's not something I've tried myself. Right, what have we got here? I'm gonna need some more ore, definitely, for this. I'm not doing a full restock yet. We'll get everything listed first, and then we'll come back to this. So we've got a Ceremonious Helm and some Shadowgas ingots. So we'll take those. Extra gold, up to 7,000 gold. So that at least gives me some working capital for now. We definitely need a lot more. I mean, back up to the original 50,000 would be useful at this point. We spent a fair amount just getting ourselves into the Crafter's Mark 200 gear. Haven't sold a huge amount of it here, but we don't have, I don't think we have enough of it listed at the moment to get some decent sales. And it does tend to cost us to list a lot of this stuff. Some of it I probably shouldn't be listing, if I'm honest, like that uncanny gear. So we'll leave that. I might just head on back from here. Oh, I need to check my auctions first before I log off. Let's go off here. Comp needs to be every 2 weeks. Free market is nice and it's quick. Yes, that is true actually. But then I think maybe once a month that would be good. I haven't done it this time round. I haven't got a real need for the Marks of Honor other than just filling out the rest of my uncanny gear. I'm not too bothered about the transmog side of things. And uncanny gear isn't really selling now at the moment anyway. But for fun, definitely. Okay, let's jump in. Next one. Awakening. Let's check again. Alchemy desperately needs a restock here. That's what we want next. Get the alchemy going. The trouble is I tend to restock Samadan first. I've got a feeling I might want to swap that around, yeah. Loving the quick renown. Oh, you're getting 1 per win with the renown. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. I did hear someone mention about that. That is definitely useful to think about.
Work complete.
Yeah. No problem, Michael. I hope your PC's safe though. I have a friend that only used to use MileMapper and a controller. Okay. You're scared to restock your alchemy and cooking. Yeah, it's going to take a lot, certainly, if you haven't been working on it for a while. Right, yeah, there's not enough stuff here. We need to list more potions on. Yeah. Well, yeah, what's the cap on the comp stomp renown? I mean, it's a great way to get caught up a little bit. I mean, some of my characters are still lacking in their renown. Where are we at on everyone? So we are at 38 and 34 is the two lowest ones. Samadan's at 58 is my highest. Bridget's at 44. Yeah. So I've still got some room there, certainly, to get my renown higher. Right, let's just go through that, check that. Nothing massive there. Let's jump off here. I still haven't been doing daily cooldowns here as well. That's 45 with no quest and renown done. Okay. 30 where it goes from almost 1 per run to like 50-50. Okay, Danny, thank you. Let's jump onto Stabadan. So 45 is the max you've gotten to. Okay, with no quest. Okay. 1 to 30s. Okay. Yeah, it's a nice way. It's a fun way to get renown as well, certainly. Yeah, just doing it for the marks of transmog. I mean, that's fair enough as well, certainly. Getting the... It all depends on what you're after, certainly. Whether it's the honour, the marks, or anything in between, really. Having a break for food after 30 stomps. Wow, okay, that's loads. A couple of missives. That's good, we'll take those. And then we'll carry on here. Let's get those on. And then I think we definitely need to see about some restocking. Let's look at probably, I would say, blacksmithing first. Looking at the way things are going, because that's the one I'd like to get a little bit in a decent shape, certainly. And we can come back and look at them in a little bit more detail. So, El Morte, my blacksmith, let's have a look. Yeah, be doing the same for those PvP sets are nice, yeah, but only restarted after your break yesterday. That's unfortunate, Will. Yeah, you've got a few more days left. It would be nice if there was it was more regular. I'd like more regular than every 6 months, definitely. That's good to know, Michael. Congratulations. So, let's have a look. Right, so... Thank you, Darkwing, for prefacing that with the joke. There we go, so let's have a look. So we've got all of this lot. We need a bit more of this stuff, the Crafter's Mark, certainly. Haven't touched the Covenant quest yet, so when that slows down you can bash them out. Exactly, yeah, it's a brilliant position to be in, yeah. Made your Minecraft Profit custom price source way more complicated for your next Reddit article. Good luck, Cyberpaul. And that's the problem, really. You can easily get yourselves further and further down the complicated route. Then you've got to kind of ask yourself how much of it is necessary. Okay, that one definitely looks slightly complicated. But the thing is, if you start breaking up the if greater than things, then they do make sense. It'd be a nice way to have them. There is a website that allows you to lay them out in a sort of like a node-based way, isn't there? I can't remember the name of it. That was good. Alright, let's have a look at blacksmithing first and foremost. There you go, Drizzling Rose. I think you've got it. You've got it sorted. Basically, being kind, sharing interests, and become friends first is the it was the way I'd recommend it for any partner, certainly. Let's have a look. Okay, so I want to mix this up a little bit actually. My master profile needs a little bit of work. See, we flatlined at this the beginning of the month really, simply because I've not been as active. I need to get this increased, certainly. So I've got Shadowlands professions all split up in different just Shadowlands here, but I want to actually have a master professions section and then put each of these in and split them from old world to new world. So how am I best going to do this? I'm thinking if I move shopping in there, okay, there's a separate one. Maybe even actually call this one professions. Then these are split by herb shopping, BFA, alchemy, Pandera, transmute living steel, and things like that. So maybe if I rename these ones Shadowlands, and then we can probably just pop them straight in and drag them into the group. Just go through each of those Enchanting. Just a bit of organisation. Cooking. And blacksmithing. Because essentially what I want to be able to do is filter out my restocking much more quickly and easily. Which would be a better way of doing it this way, I think. So then I'll take the alchemy into the alchemy section. And then we've got Shadowlands Alchemy as part of the whole alchemy. Blacksmithing goes in blacksmithing. Cooking goes in cooking. Enchanting in enchanting. Oh, that's a big one. There's a lot of stuff in enchanting. Let's do engineering. Inscription. And jewel crafting. Shadowlands leatherworking. That's quite a mouthful, that whole length of everything there. And tailoring. Oh, now tailoring isn't renamed. So let's just pop that in there. Shadowlands tailoring. Put that in there. Okay, so all of those older expansions. Now we want professions. Actually, I'll just rename older expansion. I'll get rid of this one. I don't need this one. And I'll get rid of Shadowlands professions. And then this one we'll just call, rather than older expansions, we'll call this one professions. Now there's some shopping in different specific ones here, but at least that way we've got alchemy, all the different professions in a position where we can just go through like that and select the one. Then what I'd want to do is probably worth doing a reload, just because I've been messing around with that. We'll give that another look. To be default really, to be honest, for anyone. You're not wrong there, Will, definitely. Just kindness to other human beings, you know, that's the main thing. We're all just humans on this planet doing the best we can. Being kind is a minimum, really. Right, so let's check blacksmithing. So we go to our TSM groups. Now if I deselect all and I just minimize these, and I don't actually want to be selecting those, then I can just select, say, blacksmithing in this case, which is all of the blacksmithing. I mean, I could just restock on everything, but I just want to focus my attention on just what I'm looking at here, so I can, the crafting queue doesn't look quite so huge. So here is mainly Shadowlands stuff anyway, apart from the Lacestrite skeleton key. Breastplates, steel arm guards, and 50 ingots at the moment. So we're going to need a fair amount for that. So gathering wise, let's have a look. Can we afford a lot of this? Luminous Flux, that costs 394. And Novice Crafter's Mark, so Boreal Shards. What do I need a Boreal Shards for? What have we got here? A Shadowghast Breastplate, rank 1, is actually a profit, according to that. 11,000 profit. Okay, that's interesting to know. I can't afford that really at this point, so I'm going to leave those off for now. That's definitely not something I want at this point. So gathering wise, that should be a little bit easier. Crafter's Mark 2 and things like that. So balanced Trillium ingot. Where should we park ourselves here? We've got enough thermal anvils, we can do this anywhere, so let's have a look. So some things from the characters here we can at least scan for the Phaedrum ore and the Selenium ore. Just need a little bit of each. How are we looking about market prices at the moment? Nothing massive there, so I'll take a little bit extra, 100. Oh, actually no, I can only just really do the bare minimum here. let's have a look. Phadrum ore. That's 2,500. And selenium ore is 1,200. This is going to be slim, certainly. And Bridget's got something, but then we've also got luminous flux from a vendor. Now, vendors around here. Do they actually have any vendors around here? Is there some sort of profession hub we could use, or are we better off just heading back to Oribos and collecting that? You know what, I will. That's going to be just as easy. Let's do that. Okay. How's the profit on selling rank 6 legendaries on my server? I've just sold at the start of the stream a rank 6 cape, the Grimveiled cape, and that was a profit of about 28,000. So not huge, but still reasonable. But given that a rank 4 is also a reasonable profit, I would rather sell rank 4s if I can, but I don't mind doing the occasional one, certainly. Gold is gold at the end of the day. It's just about how much time you invest in it. Who has the alts? The Oxine ore is coming from Bridget. Okay. And alts also have Phadrum ore as well. I might see if I can buy some Oxine ore. Just if I've got enough room, certainly. You jump from crafting toon to crafting toon. Some say you profession hop. Yes, that's how it works basically. The meta pieces should be fine. The cape, rings, and necks. Yeah, those are the main ones. Yeah. Too late to join the game on yours. I mean, yes, like Vallegra suggested. The cape, rings, and necks. It'll be competitive and costly, but only go into it if you really do have the gold to spare. It's very expensive and not necessarily guaranteed sales by a long shot. I mean, if you can, try and make some gold on the Crafter's Mark 3 and the Crafter's Mark of the Chained Isle stuff, because that stuff will possibly get you more gold with less risk. Just takes a bit of setup, obviously. Let's go in here for my Luminous Flux. I'll get that first and see how much gold I've got left. Mining trade supplies.
Tell me what you need, my friend.
Luminous Flux. Is it Luminous Flux I need? Luminous Flux, was it telling me... Yeah, material cost. Why is it telling me a material cost of 3 gold 94? Who's been selling Luminous Flux for 3 gold 94? Because that's going to completely mess up my prices. Let's just see if there's any of that actually available, because I don't believe that. Yeah, it says buy from vendor here.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Luminous ink, Luminous Flux. 3 gold 38. Okay, fine, I guess. I'll take that for 14. But the problem is that map price for Luminous Flux is going to be wrong by a long shot, because that's not how we get our Luminous Flux. So what we'll do is go into our materials, Luminous Flux. Yeah, so it's saying 3 gold 94. It should really be 7 gold 20. So we're going to go with just vendor buy. We could just put in a manual price. That would also be useful at this point, but I'll just take vendor buy for now. So now that's telling me 9 gold, but ideally 7 gold 20 would be the best way forward on that one. Yeah, as you said, Vallegra, I think 7 gold 20 might be better here. So let's go with that. Because that is the actual price, really. Samadan. Now, Samadan's probably going to be the best person to buy this. I need a little bit more here. Nearest mailbox. I really wish they'd put a mailbox right here. That would have been so much easier. We'll go over to the bank one. Oh no, we missed the bank one. We'll pop over here instead. I'll pick up all of that. I'll check the price of oxine ore, see whether we have to swap out.
Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Oxine ore is currently at 39 gold. That's a reasonable price. We needed about 80 of it though. So how much would 84, I think it was, 3,334. That's just a little bit too close for my margins here. So we'll go the Bridget route instead. Okay, so let's just swap out. Go to Bridget, go to Samadan, get Samadan to buy the Luminous Flux. That'll be the easiest one for now. You're out of flowers. Oh no, Rose. More flowers for Rose, stat. Now, where am I and how easily can I get Luminous Flux from where I am? If I'm still in Bastion, then I'll go to Hero's Rest, I think. I think the guy who sells the Arboreal Shards should be good on that front. Obviously, this is money technically being lent to El Morte, but I'm okay with that, as we're so much in need of it. I'll just run that through. There we go, grab that. Pop over to Hero's Rest. Grocery store before it's closing hour. Might be back before the end of the stream. No problem, Vallegro. Hope you managed to get everything you need. Let's go check our Luminous Flux situation. Yes, we do have it. 7 gold 20. So I'm going to get a couple of stacks. 400. Let's get a little bit more than that. Let's get 1,000. Just so we have it available. And then we'll go over here. We'll grab that. Oh, there goes the Grimveiled Cape. 149,000. Well, that's going to help our gold amount. Let's go grab that first. Obviously, we're going to have to restock on another one of those. So that's going to be necessary. 3, 4, 5 of those over to El Morte. Send that on through. Right, and then I can just log. Oh, I wonder actually, just to save me the hassle of swapping to Bridget and then back again, I'm going to buy the oxine ore here now. Like if I buy a little bit excess, so we have some, say maybe a couple of hundred. Just so that we have the stock. And we'll send that one over to El Morte as well. So you can have that, and it saves me looking out another character. And then we can jump back in and go. So there we go. Okay, so back over to El Morte. There we go. With the vendor shuffle, is there a reason why we suggest crafting robes when pants sell for more gold and using the same mats? I think it's a time point of view, Axid, I think. I'm not sure exactly though. But if pants sell for more, then yeah, go with that one. Certainly. Yeah, Lego sales almost up to 2 million. Very close, Danny. Very close, definitely. That's a bit out of Red Bull. I don't drink Red Bull, but I know a lot of people do like it. Certainly. I prefer a can of Diet Coke of some sorts. Usually is my go-to caffeinated beverage over coffee, certainly. But I do like coffee, certainly. Okay, so with our Luminous Flux and everything we have here, we should be good. Let's make a few things. We'll use the anvil that's here, so that should work. I'm drinking coffee right now. bit late in the day for me to be having coffee, but I can appreciate it nonetheless. I've gone too far, haven't I? Yes, I have. Let's go back. Okay, Vallegro. See you soon. Right. Next up is Novice Crafter's Marks. Start with that. Let's craft one of those. Then Shadowgas Ingots times 68. We'll grab those. Let's go back to our crafting list here. Now we can see everything here. So that's going to be the 68 we need on top of the 50 as well, I think. Okay. You woke up at 5:30. Oh, okay. That's fine if you've swapped your routine over. Oh, okay. We're going to be needing some more oxine. Oh, I don't think that was enough, because we're going to be using these Shadowgas ingots to make our crafter's marks. That's why they sell so well. Waistguard and breastplate, we've got a couple of actually, that's interesting. A couple of crafter's marks. Right, let's craft what we can. Can't quite do, excuse me, can't quite do enough Shadowgas ingots. I'm not going to wear these this time. So sleep when you can. It's a bit like when having children as well, definitely. You just sleep when you can and hope for the best. This should at least help. If I can get a few sales of these will be good for at least a little bit of gold. I would like to get us up to 50,000 gold with the blacksmithing. If I can get a decent number of Shadowgas ingot sales, because the profit margins on these, 158 profit on each, and they sell quite frequently, so those are always good. What's the sale rate on those? Region sale rate 0.15, but I have a personal sale rate of 0.26. Profit there is telling me 78, so that's slightly different, probably based on my new prices of buying the ore and things. Mat cost being 91. But yeah, those are definitely worth it. I just can't quite craft enough. If you have a new job and need to wake up at a certain time, how do you make sure you get enough? Finding it hard right now, usually in bed at 2 AM, not enough. It's a tricky one. Are you working from home? I guess you're on site, because you're still doing training, aren't you? Well, just trying to get to bed at a reasonable time, 7 or 8 hours, usually, if I can. Oh, is it all from home now? Oh, okay. So that in itself brings its own problems, because yes, you can just get up, rock straight up to work as soon as you've woken up, but allowing yourself the time to at least wake up is kind of useful, certainly. But yeah, as Torgman says, going to bed earlier is your best start, certainly. Right, what have we got? Arm guards. Okay, skeleton key was not the profit promised, but that's fine. That was a ridiculous price anyway. And we've got the breastplates. That's at 1,000 profit on each of those. The gauntlets at 3,000. The helm. Okay, we'll go with all of those. And the sabatons seem quite good at 11,000. I think we've got a few things we need to actually sell, because they're probably soul-bound. Yeah, like that one. Soul-bound. Let's just adjust the filters on this a little bit. TSM. Check all groups, just in case. There we go. That should split things out a little bit more. We've got some BOEs here. Eye level 168. Let's sell that one's soulbound, that one's soulbound. Then any of these. I don't think many of these are. There's a lot of ceremonious stuff here that isn't in my list. And then a few things here that I haven't collected the recipe for. Gumdrops, thank you so much for the host. How are you doing? How did you get on with your stream today? How goes the knowledge base? I'm looking forward to when you can, when you're streaming some more games. Maybe WoW even at some point. How are you? Welcome everyone. Thank you so much. Warshaw, good evening to you. Straight in with a gums cheer. Gotta love your emotes, Gumdrops. That's one thing I'm really lacking in at the moment is some decent emotes. But good to have you here nonetheless. We were talking through your post earlier on the Wowhead blog about the anatomy of a TSM release, which I thought was pretty awesome. What else do you have to say now? When you often went to bed at 10 PM. Yeah, I'm trying for earlier so hard. It's a tricky one, certainly. Melatonin is the same hormone your body makes to make you fall asleep. Oh, I've heard of that actually, as a way for helping. I think it isn't over the counter. I think you can get some, Will. Yeah, definitely. And coming off of electronics earlier is always a good thing as well. Welcome back, Saigon Paul. There'll be a few more posts in that series for version 4.12, especially showcasing all the work that goes in TSM Reminders. Yeah, they're really fascinating to see, Gumdrops, so thank you for sharing those. I shall definitely be including them in future episodes, definitely. But it's brilliant to see how it all works. Right, I've got all this ceremonious gear I have, but I might have to re-update my groups because they're not here. So I'm going to do what I would normally do in this case, a reload first before anything. I just get to like 30 minutes earlier each night, so I mean that's a good start, definitely. Will, I think just trying to do it in small increments and work out what it is that's keeping you up till that late. If it is, you know, Civilization, well, you're doomed. Don't play Civ, is my advice on that front. Simply because it will eat your time. Right, we're done there. So let's look at the group for the ceremonious gear. So now that we have new, so we have BFA stuff, we have Shadowlands, the eye level 87 gear. So this should really be on based on item level. So I don't see the shield in there for some reason. If I take that one with random stats, add that item in, that should be fine. Don't see anything else there. It wasn't just that though in my list. If I go for specific item, I do have a bunch of shields, definitely. They're all 109, interestingly. And those are... But it's not eye level 87 now anyway, is it? Those are 87, but the shield is 109. Because that... okay, this is not... This is not the Novice Crafter's Mark gear I'm looking for, actually. This should be in weapons and shields. It's the wrong group. Remove that for a minute. Item level. Weapons and shields, crafting. We have, by item level. I think I should normally have those by base item, which is what I've got here. Those by base item, and then selling is by specific item, is how I do that normally. There we go. So let's take all of those. The Warglaive Rapier. They must have had slightly different item numbers or something since I last made this group, because those are all new. So let's add those 12 and add those in. There we go. Now what I do need to do, whilst I'm remembering this, because I'll keep this updated, I have a changelog for my profiles. So I've also moved and I've combined Old World and Shadowlands professions, and I've just added more specific ceremonious. I can't spell. It's like ceremonious. It's right next to me. I should be able to see it. Ceremonious. I mean onius. Yeah, there we go. Added more specific ceremonious weapons. Okay. I'll save that there for the moment. Okay. Just a bit of maintenance. There we go. Just so I can keep a track of what I'm changing. That should work. Okay, there we go. What else have we got? Just never turn off your PC. Well, that's dangerous, Torgwin. I definitely make sure I have mine's turned off. Sit down in front of the computer, move your mouse so your screen's turn back on once you slowly open your eyes. That's efficient, definitely. Yeah. I think it have a bit of outdoor space or time or fresh air in between, and it will make the world a difference, certainly. Then we also probably want some miscellaneous stuff in here, because there's some stuff here that hasn't been added in. So what have we got? Thorium rep items, transmog. I should have a recipes or something like that. Transmog region average, not by specific item, by base item. Let's have a look at this. Blood scale, Sabatons, Conqueror's helmet, beneficent bulwark. That seems to have a decent price on it. Heart of Darkness, Morsworn Darkcaster's Orb, not necessarily needed. Shadow Moon Cleaver, that looks interesting, and a Spirit Guard Shield. Let's add those in. That one, what's the vendor sell price? 46 gold, we'll just sell that and we'll vendor that. That's fine. And the Thorium Armor and the Thorium Boots we already know, so we need to sell those. There we go, recipes and patterns. That's what I'm looking for. Added those two in. Well, might as well stick that in as well. That sometimes sells. You never know. Let's grab those. Let's sell. No, let's post that on first. I'll do a quick / reload first, just because we've been changing a few things, and we'll see what happens there. So item ideas again, so probably no Blizzard. Yeah, that's the main thing. Really is just keeping up to date with those. Had a good stream as well. Excellent, good to hear. I need to start earlier so you're not overlapping. When it was the other way around. I know. God, can you remember those times? I mean, I used to... That was back when I was working and then streaming late at night once everyone went to bed and finishing at midnight. So I know where you're at, Will, is literally just staying up late. And then I'll be getting up at 5 in the morning to go to work. So it's a tricky one, definitely. Right, let's go run post scan on that lot. Then we can at least get... This is some more stock, so this is what we're missing on, really. Having all of these on the auction house. That's why we're not getting quite so many sales. So we'll get that lot on. And then how are we doing? So there should be probably a little bit of space left here. And we've got some mining cash there. We've got feeders, hand and key. Don't know what that is. We'll check those out in a minute. I did have some things to sell here. 119 ring. A 187. What's that? A trinket. Why aren't I wearing that trinket? That's a decent trinket. And there's another one. That's 114. We can get rid of that. That's 128. We can definitely get rid of that. And the armor 171. We can clear that out. That's looking a little bit more respectable. This BOE, the Morsworn Darkcaster's Orb, we're just going to sell. That was easy enough to do. and then we'll just open up
I was done.
the mining cache, because ore is always good. What is this? What do we get? Seal breaker key. A key to break any domination seal. I'm not sure how that works, but we'll grab that anyway. And we'll have a pernicious bone tusk as well, because we might as well. Archivist codex. We've got everything else we want here. Oh yeah, the jewelry we wanted. Let's stick that one on. See, that's why you wanted that one, but we're not. We're going to decline that. And then we'll sell the one so you don't start suggesting that to us.
I've seen things
I
that
do
would
need to organise
scare
that a little bit better.
shellers.
There we go. Okay,
Come back
done
with
that.
some better stories.
I mean, 7 AM just isn't that early, to be fair. It's just a bit of a change to the system. Yeah, I mean, if you've been used to one system for a while, my son often fluctuates between sort of staying up till 5 in the morning and then having college and things, and it completely changes things. Reference documentation for the add-on. I think this will be useful once there is a page for every part of the add-on. Oh, excellent. Let's have a look. There we are. The ledger. Oh, okay. Oh, I like this. This kind of like zoom in. It's been done from the core TSM decimal minimap icon. Third section have an overview of all items you own. And you filter these items by keyword or by group marked as 3. Total value of the items. Total number of items as a split column. And revenue and things. Now there was something I was looking at my ledger earlier that I wish I could do, and I don't know if this could be an option. By columns, total profit, average sales. I don't know whether it would be an option or not, or whether it was the easy thing or something for usability. And just in terms of getting summaries of things, when I look at my ledger, when I want to do a kind of like a report almost on what I've sold, sometimes I'll go to say sales, just turn it to auctions, not filtering it by groups or anything like that, or any characters perhaps, but then I'll list it by item level, not item, by item name. And so I'll obviously get a combination of things that are like burnished mining bag over several things. Now, in the way that we have a condensed little arrow on some things, I wonder if there was a way we could condense all of the mining bags into just one average total. So then that way you see the total number, the average item for all of them, not necessarily the time frame because that wouldn't work. And that way I could just see which items, how many I sold, what the average price was. I mean, it'd be great if we could have, like you said, maybe something with profit in there as well would be nice. I think we've got totals on per item auctions. Those are all on anyway. Player isn't really necessary there on that point of view. Yeah. It's not necessary, but it was just a way of just visualizing the information or something like that. Yeah, I mean, you can click on the item and you see this kind of thing, but what I wanted to see was more of a way of being able to see that in a big hold list, because what I'd want to do is maybe just have a look at Samadan and look over the last 30 days, have a look at the items like deep sea bags, and just have a list of all of these, like say, okay, these are the enchants I've sold, all this shaded halving, but see it all as a list rather than having one big list here. It's purely from sort of like a sharing screen point of view. I mean, the Grimvale stuff is obviously going to be difficult. I mean, seeing the different ranks would be quite handy here. Being able to see maybe what the current profit margins are would be quite interesting. Like the current profit is from those. Obviously it wouldn't be accurate to what the item sold for and what the materials cost at that time, but it'd maybe give you an idea. Maybe you could list it by profit, but it wouldn't be, yeah, that wouldn't be actually accurate though, would it? I'm just spitballing ideas just to throw into the list. Yeah, definitely room to include more of that in the dashboard. The aim is that, so first place, you go to review and plan what you're going to do for your gold making activities. Yeah, I think so. I think just a way of, it's one of those, data is beautiful, a way of being able to visualize it. I never really got on with the web version for that reason. I found it a little bit slow and sluggish, but maybe that's because of my mess of my groups and things like that. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, it's something to think about. I don't tend to use it a lot myself anyway, so I'd certainly bow to those that use it a lot more than I do. Right, well, we got our auctions listed for El Morte, finally, restocking wise. What I'd also like to look at is Awakening with alchemy, because there's a load of old world alchemy that I would like to get working on that front. So that's going to be an interesting one to restock, because I want to see whether, this is based off a lot of Jack's suggestions for Elixir Master and things like that. Even though I'm not an Elixir Master, I'd like to maybe try and sell some of those potions and things from Old World as well as current stuff. I want to test out this group a little bit more. I've also got a whole load of herbs and things to buy on Awakening anyway. So we'll check this out and see how that looks. That's next in my mental list. Obviously, we've still got story campaign stuff to do on Samadan. We're still missing the latest chapter to do on that front. Balestris, good evening to you. How are you? Right, so nothing here. Plenty of space there. Auctions are on. Not a lot of auctions though. So going over to... let's go over to Alchemy, TSM groups. Let's just minimize this all, deselect all. I probably don't need to minimize all of these, but I'll do this for now. Now, another thing I've just thought of. When I use my 3D program, Maya, and we have an outliner which is very similar to this, if I hold Shift, it automatically expands everything in the list. Like if I did that for, say I did that for this one and I held Shift down, it would expand everything all in one go. I wonder if we could do something similar here, where different key combinations would give you different options as to what you expanded, like different tiers down, because sometimes I'd want to just basically condense all of alchemy and then just open it up, but without having to individually click on each of those subgroups or something like that. Does that already work, Saigon Paul? So if I do that, because if I say minimize professions and hold Shift and expand it, it doesn't expand everything and sub everything is what I'm thinking of. Yeah. U-turn still going up and game time's running out. Not good. 7 days left. Hopefully you have enough in 7 days. Yeah. Yes. No. This was about just expanding things, because I know we have different keyboard combinations when opening mail and stuff with Shift and things like that. I think that would be quite nice. It's just to be able to manage. I know it's nice that it remembers everything, which is always good. So I'm going to take alchemy and restock those. That's all of those. Let's have a look. So there's a whole load of stuff here. Some living steel, a little bit of profit on those. Anti-venom, potion, spectral agility, and Balmazole. And then we've got Phantom Fire, obviously need a bit of Rising Glory and stuff like that. 2.5 million estimated profit. Not sure where that's coming in. Can't see it obviously here. So let's start with that lot. Gathering wise now, that's a lot of stuff from different people. Alts guild banks. We're gonna have to move around a little bit for this, I think. A lot of cooldowns will leave for now. Expirations will leave. So a lot of stuff from the auction house. That's going to be interesting. And then Samadan and Bridget and Feng Shu have a few of the different ones. And I've got a load of stuff myself. Who has what? Let's buy the stuff from the auction house first. That should be easy enough. Let's have a look. Scan for those. I made myself two poor rushing Legos to rank 4. Oh, yeah, that's a tricky one to balance. I've been there myself, definitely. Such organisation, almost. So, what's expensive here? We need. Well, the marrow root's okay. Let's grab 46,000 marrow root. That's a lot. Someone's been busy. Is this you, Will? That's a lot. We only need 322. I'll take the exact amount for now. Blind Lake Sturgeon Flesh. 27 we need. There's only 11 available at all. So that's something to look out for on the auction house. We've got 27 in the Guild Vault. I'll grab that. Cinderbloom is 69. That seems about average. Historical is 30, so it's a little bit high. Market value has been inflated a little bit there. Maybe something to go farm. How much do we need? Cinderbloom 43. Okay, so 69 and 70. We'll get the Cinderbloom we need. We'll get the Whiptail we need 28. How many do we have? There's lots of that. By the 96 we need. Rising Glory is always expensive. That's the bane of my existence at the moment. We'll take what we have now. 52 and 54. 476. 25,000 gold though. That's expensive. I hope my profit margins can eat up the difference there. My mat cost was 46. So we're going to have to adapt to this anyway. So I'm going to take the hit. And that's the life we do. Now, interesting things. Crescent Saberfish Flesh, 26 gold. That's quite expensive. Draenor and Volatile Life. Let's have a look. 109 Volatile Life. I guess we try it for now. And the Saberfish Flesh. How many do we need? 21. Excuse me. Right, okay, we just bought a whole load of stuff. Sorry for clinking the microphone there. Okay, let's grab that. Yeah, I almost went broke with 9.1 with layers. I know, it was dangerous. It was very dangerous. Ever thought of having a weekly podcast yourself on gold making experiences? Well, there was with Zanzibar and Jack, they did a fantastic job with their auction house podcast. I don't think I could better that one, certainly. I did consider doing maybe a YouTube video once a week, but I've kind of limited that now to monthly ones, which I think tends to work quite well for me. Tomcat, thank you so much. How have you been? Thank you so much for the raid. How are you doing? If you don't know Tomcat, Tomcat is the amazing author of Tomcat Tours, an add-on everyone should have. I have it on myself. But thank you so much for the raid. How are you? We're currently just restocking alchemy at the moment. Very busy with a lot of different stuff. So Samadan, Feng Shu and Bridget all have some things that we need here. So let's have a look. We might have to... Well, we need to see who has what, is what we're looking at here. Let's have a look. Atomic Prime, good evening to you. How are you doing? Let's give everyone a chance to come through. So, Alt Kill, Bank, Purple Lotus, and another one of 3. Thank you, Tomcat. Got a double one. That's brilliant. Double raid. Contessa, good evening to you. Thought I clicked too early, a few more. Thank you, Tomcat. We got the first lot in, but thank you so much. How was your stream? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. So we've got Rising Glory we need from alts. Purple Lotus we need from alt. Mountain Silver Sage we need. So let's just go through. I'm going to have to log through each of these to get the things I need. I think Samadan is the one that's stealing some of the herbs. I need to go and find out where they are and collect them up. A bit more organisation needed. All herbs need to go to Awakening. Well, ideally, I want Stavadan to have all the herbs, because Stavadan I want to pick up alchemy. But that's a time for another time, because that's going to involve unlearning alchemy on Awakening and relearning it on Stavadan, which is a bit of an investment just for the sake of slightly better organisation. And that way I can make Awakening my farming character more than anything else. So what do we need? Meltage Awakening, the Marrow Root. Oh, do we already have some on us? Let me check that. Do I already have some herbs? Do I see them? Oh, there's a couple there. Marrow Root and Nightshade. There we are. Let's grab them. The wrong one. 3 times the charm, Tomcat. Thank you. Right, a couple of sales gone through there. I'll grab that and we'll send Nightshade and Marrow Root through to Awakening. Send those through. No problem, Tomcat. That's done. So then I'll get from the bank the Rising Glory and the Volatile Life. Okay, so we need to go visit the bank. Let's go Dalaran way, I think. That's always the best one. Let's head on through. Slightly more kind of jumping around between characters, but this is the much needed organisation that I rarely have in my life. Thank you, Darkwing, for the shout out for Tomcat. Just another day at Twitch, right? Yeah. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Alright, let's go find my Gilder Bank. Avoid the Brutosaurs. Not my Guild Bank, my regular bank. So what do I need? Rising Glory and Volatile Life. Okay. Didn't realise I had herbs dropped in here. That's probably an issue. Do I have... Certainly don't think I've got any herbs here. No, it was going to be in my reagent bank. So, okay, we do have herbs there. And there's the only herb we have here at the moment. I don't see any others. And then the rest is... Get from the Guild Bank, there's some Rising Glory in there. And some Volatile Life in here. How much do we have? 19. Okay, we need all of it. Okay. We'll grab that. And then from the Guild Bank, we'll get the more Rising Glory. Now I'll check to see if there's other herbs that we're missing here. So if only I could see my herbs easily. If only I'd stored them in one place. That would have been useful. There's some here. We've also got some other herbs here I spy. So let's get Dreamleaf. Some Dreamleaf there. There's Gorgon Flytrap I need myself. Nagrand. Oh, the other herbs I don't need. So I'll take those out. A bit of fish there. Lost Soul. A bit more fish. This should mainly be fish and meat, ideally. Don't see anything else obvious. Who knows where I might have dumped some stuff in a hurry. You know what it's like with me. That's mainly cloth. That's mainly cloth. More Gorgon Flytrap there. What's that? And that's Nagrand Arrow Bloom. We'll take that. And that's some preserved holly. Your mount will be more festive. Okay. Don't think we need that just yet. And then that's all fine. Probably need to sell a few of those if we can. That should be good. It's the cat hairs, yeah, probably. Pay sponsor a stream or YouTube video with just you organising all your banks and tunes. What would that cost? Oh, could you imagine the horror? How long would it last though, Danny? Really, it would be a mess within minutes. But I thank you for the sentiment, nonetheless. Right, let's send. I'll send this over manually just because I've got a few things here that I can probably just drain off herbs. At least my bags are organised automatically. I think that's it. And we also needed the volatile life, which is there. So I'll send all that lot to Awakening with a few extra bits as well. What else are we missing? The Rising Glory. That must be in a different section. I don't see it. Trade Skill Fish. Rising Glory. Where are you, Rising Glory? That's the Nagran Arrow Bloom. That should be in over there anyway. Oh, it's there. Okay. There we go. Let's send that over. Okay. It would be a 24-hour stream, Smooth George, definitely. Solon thought some of your characters the other day have so much that I'm stocking in mailboxes too. That's getting quite ridiculous. Yeah, once you start stocking up in mailboxes, you know you're onto a lost cause there, Zanzful, definitely. Anxiety levels will down at least 90% if you watch the stream like that. Yeah. It probably wouldn't take too long, Danny. Yeah, definitely. Once I'd sort of like fixed everything up, perhaps. So that's everything copied over. We need to Feng Shui and Bridget. What's Feng Shui got? That's be worth a look at. Feng Shui I haven't visited in a long time. So let's go down. Feng Shui level 42. Back when me and Mrs. Samadan played for a little while. And my son for a little while as well. The three of us played. That was quite good for a time, but we're now on to a different thing, certainly. I'm sure a PC part will be needed soon, and then I'll swoop in and get my stream. Quite possibly, Danny. I was thinking what's next on the list of upgrades in terms of well, Mr. Potato I think is doing well. I was looking at maybe something from a usability point of view, like one of the Razor Orb Weavers or something like that. Might be quite interesting. Oh, God, I haven't reorganised this at all. We need to fix this up a little bit. Slash bartender profile main. There we go. And then we're keeping the task list. Cygors going down here. Close that off. Should really want to just line that up. Pandaren side's done, so we can get rid of that. That can go down there, and then damage done and healing. That will be another profile, which is I think it was Bridget's we used. Yeah, I'll take Bridget's. Close that, and that goes. That should go underneath. Now that I think also has a profile on it, which was existing profile default. Okay, no, that's fine. Default or Shadow Song, I think. Let's try that. No, how you want it to be sorted. The rest is just groups, mailing operations, and patients. Yeah, I mean, having some mailing operations would be useful, certainly. Just for space, having cleaning banks and stock. Yeah, I'm similar. Like Hellfire is one such thing. Send him on squirrel chases. Not if it was done off stream on a YouTube video. That is true. We could do that. Right. Our chat window's down there. Vutu buff watch we'll put up there. Don't need the private tanks bit there. And then this can go down underneath. Just make that a little bit bigger. You can't see that's behind the camera, but I'm just organising things. And talent points we don't need there. damage and healing will go there. Khalil's Trackle's over there now. Okay, that's the wrong one. We want to just do the main one. Profile. Shadow Song. Let's just go with default, I think. That's going to have to work. There we go. Fizzy Fun Lols, good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. We're just trying to sort my user interface out first and foremost. In amongst going through and checking on all my characters. We're going through and restocking alchemy is what we're actually doing. But we just have to jump through a few characters to get some stuff from the guild vaults and what have you. So task list here. Yeah, I think that's probably just a bit too big perhaps. So let's just make that a little bit smaller. Because it's supposed to fit in this gap here. Let me just make that a little bit smaller, and that's as small as that goes, interestingly. Sure, I had it smaller than that before. We'll keep it there for now. Like that. And then we'll put the task list back over this side. So, Mountain Silver Sage and Purple Lotus is what we want here. Let's go grab that. I'm going to have to spend some talent points. That's going to annoy me here. Let's just go with what's suggested. There we go. PvP talents. Just grab those because otherwise you'll just complain a fair amount. Where did I put that? Bookmark. Okay. We've got Mountain Silver Sage and Purple Lotus. We've got quite a few different things here actually. I'm going to take Mountain Silver Sage, Cadigal's Whisker, Grom's Blood, Fellweed, all of this stuff we need to send on over. Black Lotus, Dreaming Glory, Fellweed, Ancient Lichen, Wild Steel Bloom. We've even got some Spirit of Harmony in here. Where's this bookmark come from? It's just there we go. What's damage healing? That's supposed to be from there, but I don't see a window there. What am I actually... I'm just right clicking there, but I don't see the window there. Must be from selecting that. There's nothing in front of me. It's just when I click there, I get that with a right click. It's like an invisible window. Okay. There we go, that's what I wanted. Fade Leaf, Dream Foil. That looks like all the herbs. Then we've got, this is all fish. Looks fairly well organised here. And then Stormvine, Mountain Silver Sage. Have we run out of room? No, we've got space. We haven't... Oh, we don't have permission to do that. Oh, okay. That's going to be annoying. Okay, who's the... What guild are we in? We're in Samadan Plays WoW. Who's the guild leader of this? I imagine it's probably Bridget. Okay. Let's just stick with this for now. I'll have to come back to me. There we go. Yeah, the talent reminder is very annoying. Right, let's just send a whole load of this stuff over. If we filter this, TSM, check all groups. Oh, you're on a different profile actually. That's not going to be useful. So we'll just go for this. Fell Lotus, Black Lotus. Let's take all of those, 12 of 12. Send those to Awakening. You might as well get some kind of use out of them. And send that lot over. And then, what's that? That's Frost Lotus. And some stems, maybe. Crunchy Spider Leg, I'll just do those. Okay, so you should have everything. Let's go back to Awakening. It'd be nice to play Feng Shui for a little bit more. I'd be more tempted to play Paladin though. I'd love to give him a good run through the whole leveling process.
Yes, my lord.
That would be nice, certainly. We'll stick with what we have for now. We've still got loads we haven't done. So much to do, so little time. Carry for Games, thank you so much for the follow. How are you this fine evening? Doing some organisation, some gold making, bits and pieces on the side. A bit of restocking at the moment with alchemy. Then we'll have a look, see what else we've got time for tonight. Maybe do a little bit of progression. Tomcat sent you. Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Tomcat, for passing people on. It's lovely to have you here.
Work complete.
Right, okay, cooldowns. Let's minimise that again. Let this load through. What else have we got? Okay, look, grab a load of stuff from the mailbox. Which we'll just grab from here. Loads of this is going to fill up my bags, no end. There we go. Lots and lots of herbs. So we have a few different alchemy crafts we do need to make here. Crescent oil and... Okay, crescent oil from the flesh. Okay. And that has a min buyout of 10. And then spiritual healing and spiritual mana. Those are a bit of a pain to make, but we should get a small profit out of those anyway. So this could be a whole load of crafting after this. But we'll see how it goes. And then we'll take it from there in terms of profits and things. We're interested to see what kind of sales we get here. The problem with alchemy, of course, is the time it takes to make all the potions. Especially when you've got a load of them to make in one go. We'll get an idea once we actually go through to the crafting window. That'll tell us in more detail. Just want to clear the task list first. Marsberg, good evening to you. How are you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far. Maybe even with some gold. Make the mana potions and then this crescent oil. Hopefully everything else is still a profit at this point, because we did buy quite a lot. We used up how much gold? Oh yeah, we went down to, how much has Joe Awakening got? Yeah, 20,000 gold now. So we are below, every character starts the month with 50,000 gold, apart from Hellfire, she's the banker. And Samadan's doing fantastically up there at 669,000. So Samadan's carrying the gold at the moment. Everyone else is... Well, Earthen's doing alright with leatherworking. Everyone else needs a bit more work. El Morte's definitely down in the dumps at 3,000 gold. Overspent on getting blacksmithing up and running there. But that's fine. We should hopefully make some money back on these Shadowgast ingots. Yeah, he's definitely living off scraps. We need to fix up blacksmithing. I need maybe a bit more variety. Some old world blacksmithing would be nice, I think. We need to expand the profession group. We did spend quite a bit of gold getting quite a few recipes and things. Right, so here's the big list. Now these are obviously Elixir of Major Strength at 404,000 is not what we need here. But these are all the things we have to make. Once we take this one, which is obviously too much, out, we'll get a more realistic idea as to what the total is here. Time to craft 15 minutes, according to that. Okay, 141,000, according to that. Flask of the Winds, again, very expensive here. You never know. We might get some sales out of those. These are based off of Jack's suggestions. I've not tried selling these, so it'll be nice to see what they have. Then obviously we've got the main Shadowlands potions as well on top of that. What's Phantom Fire doing? 115. That's the big one. It's what, Sunday night? We might get a few more sales. I'm not sure specifically on that front. I think we are literally going to be just watching these potions being made for the rest of the stream. How old is my beard? Good question. Well, I've been streaming for nearly 4 years now, so it's definitely that old. We're probably looking at close to 8 years, I think. 7 or 8 years. It very quickly got to its terminal length within like 5 months. And it hasn't really gone any bigger than that. It's certainly not as glorious as someone like Desmophisto's, but I'm happy with the length I got out of it, certainly. More potions and elixirs. Do you mean for the beard, or just in general? Oh, thank you. It's certainly gotten greyer over the last 4 years, I'll tell you that. Now I wonder if we'll get any living steel procs. That'll be interesting to see. Oh, my beard, bro. Well, thank you, Torgman. I'll take that too, yeah, raw gold, definitely. Yours is greyer though. Well, mine's on its way, certainly. It's it has gotten greyer since recent years, certainly. Thank you, Tomcat. Yeah, it was surprisingly easy in the end. It does cause a few confusions, but yeah, I think it's just more fitting, especially as I'm doing a bit of Minecraft now as well as World of Warcraft. It just fits. I can't change some of my other handles, unfortunately, so that's kind of stuck with it, certainly. A day over 25. Very kind of you. We're almost double that. Almost, not quite. 25 years is how long I've been in the 3D animation game, so that's my working career, certainly. It's a long time. Basically, that's how long I started making games at the start of my career as well. So I've been making computer games, you could say, for 25 years. Not consistently and continuously, but that's when it all started, certainly. I had a thought about vendor flipping. Only becomes viable when current content is stale and people leave the game. It's very early after a patch for it to be viable. It's all down to the price you can get your materials at, more than anything else. I mean, yeah, as Zansville says, we're still from a terms of like an expansion. There's hasn't been any new materials or things like that. Your learning process about an RTS is progressing. Still a lot to do. That's good, Cyclable. We're always learning, which is always useful. Yeah, it's really down to your server prices. Once it goes below a certain threshold, then that is when the vendor flipping becomes more profitable. It's all down to how luckily you can get it for. And then whether you're willing to put the time in. That's the hard thing though. The time is really the factor that often gets overlooked. Now this living steel is going to be interesting. I'm not dependent on the procs, but procs would be nice. There's a ×2. Another ×2. I think I've got a listing operation for living steel. No more ×2s yet. Just have to double check that. Right, let's try these other elixirs and things. Certainly don't have enough materials for like 120 hours of shuffling or anything. No, of course not. Yeah, that's the problem, Zanzil. I feel your pain on that front. It's definitely AFK work from home kind of thing. You literally just alternate between your work and the second screen. Yeah, I mean, you could really have quite a system going if you were well set up and you had bought enough materials. And then it's a case of managing stock and selling things. It really is. I mean, I did the whole tie spray linen pants thing after buying 10,000 tie spray linen, and that was painful, definitely. It's not a gold making method I would certainly recommend, but under certain circumstances, yes, it is something that's viable. Of course not, Zazzle. Of course not. Peddler is good for that. I've heard good things. I used Aardvark for automatically selling things, and Dejunk was quite good as well. Those have been my go-to automatic sellers. That's the second vote for Peddler, actually. I've not tried it myself, but I have heard it mentioned. This is the big one, the Phantom Fire, but I do have quite a good number of sales at this one. Phantom Fire. What have we got? Region sale rate 0.19. My personal sale rate's a bit less at 0.15. But profit is telling me, even with the higher prices of Rising Glory, it's 124 profit. So that's the main one, really. That's going to give me a decent amount of gold back, hopefully. Warrior Forever, good evening to you. Yeah, I mean, it's decent for a current world potion, definitely. That one, and what's the other one? Not Empowered Exorcisms. It wasn't Spiritual Healing. Oh, the Flask, this one. Spectral Flask of Power is the other good one. I should probably up the number of those I have. I've got the group as to make 30 of those. I could probably up that to 100, I would say. What's the Spectral Flask of Power? Region is 0.26. My personal sale rate is 0.56. I really should be making more of those. We're still making the potions there. I'm just going to adjust the group now for next time. So we want Shopping Alchemy, Shadowlands Alchemy, Flasks. So these are two different ones, very different sale rates. So I'll just change this to good and not so good. God, not so God? No, not quite. For flasks. And then we'll put in the flask of stamina in this one. And the flask of power. That's interesting, that didn't drag through. I would have expected that to drag through. I'll just use the add one item there. And then we'll change that operation to, instead of 30 of each, we'll add that to 100 of each. Just so that we have that next time. Let's just make those, then I can change my change log. Increased spectral flask of power to 100 quantity. That's the next thing in the list. There we are. Or was it not do good, was it? Okay, let me just check that. Groups. Alchemy. See, I've got good sellers here. That doesn't quite work, does it? Not do good. Yeah, thank you for the spot there. Not so good. And then damage, you got good sellers in there. So probably just need to organise. I don't know. You've got good sellers, average, and poor for the Silas and things like that. So yeah, it kind of works. I'll go with that for now. Right, let's just go get our remaining bits and pieces. That should work. Knowing you notice others more than your own. Well, I think that's just the nature of things, certainly. Anyone help you kill one rare in the mall? Your EU Alliance. If anyone's available, please do help Warrior out. Still got a few thousand profit left at the bottom end of the alchemy. Leave that there. Don't need the task list open actually. Should really restock on Samadan, but I won't have time for that tonight. But I wanted to get this alchemy done because I wanted to test these groups out. Whether these old world things do actually sell would be a good question I want answered. And we'll see what kind of prices we get for them. Anything to expand the number of things, the diversity here is the main things. I am far from America, Atomic. I am from the UK. No problem, no problem. I have a fairly generic accent, I would say. It's not very specific to any one location. Right, so what have we got left? 10. This is not a lot of profit in these. 10 gold, 8 gold, 4 gold. That really isn't a lot. But for completeness, I'll make these and add them to the list.
How kind of you.
Solidity just subscribed. Almost forgot to hit the button.
Thank you, Solidity. That's very kind of you. 6 months indeed. That's a new badge. Thank you very much indeed for your support. That really is appreciated. Thank you very much indeed. We're still making potions. I think we're going to be making potions right to the end here, the looks of things. I need to change bag appraiser. Because having guild bank combined total, I just want bag total. It's actually better. And instead of market value, I'm going to go for region market value average. I think that's a little bit more, because the guild bank having foxflower in there for 179 million gold is a little bit excessive. But 282,000 in bag appraiser does sound quite nice. Top 5 contributors: Phantom Fire. Oh, the Purple Lotus if I wanted to sell that. 30,000 gold. That's an interesting price. I wonder if that would actually sell the herbs themselves. Also, a good evening. Good evening to you, Solidity. How are you? Last of the potions. Embalmer's oil, and then the mana potion. But yeah, there really isn't a lot of profit in these. I would say barely worth listing, but I prefer the variety if nothing else. So long as it's a profit, I'll list it. Still sitting on a gold mine. Well, looking at that, yes, Commander Bond. 282,000. I wonder. Trillium bars in our bank. Starlight Rose. Oh, I've got 916 Spirit of Harmony. That's another one. I think I changed my accounting data, so I got rid of the actual price I bought my Spirit of Harmony for. But if you look, it's if I look at reports, I think probably materials. Spirit of Harmony. Yeah, we don't have an average buy price, but it's it's less than 100 gold. I think it was about 70 gold I got my Spirit of Harmony for, and I've got 2,800 of it. Yeah, the thing is, Spirit of Harmony, I don't have a really good sale rate on it. 0.09 sale rate there. I would rather turn it into Living Steel or something like that. I remember telling me to snaffle it. Yes, exactly. Did I make everything? Or did I miss? There we go. All mana and potions. Let's just finish that off. Yeah, it's worth getting, because the fact that I can turn it into Living Steel... Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to check whilst I was here. The Living Steel group. Let me just minimise these so I can see them all together. So under Alchemy, we had Living Steel. Now I am currently saying to make 30 each of them, but I am selling them in 10s, which is wrong, I think. This is an old group, very old group, so I'm going to, instead of using that one, I'm going to change these up a little bit. Where's the Living Steel one gone? There it is. So I'm going to take that one out. I'm going to just do a mass crafting, crafting mass 200. Sell the Living Steel, and I'll make, I think 30 of each should be fine for now, but I want one of my more recent ones with the actual crafting profit in it, which will be one of these ones. And I'm going to filter the other ones out, so that one has the same number. And everything else should be fine on that front. So, with those made, let's just go out and grab our thing then. It'll be a mercy if someone hacked our gold bank and cleaned it out. Yeah, actually, someone just sell it all for us. That'll be easy. Right, run a post scan on that lot. So, normal price, undercutting competition. This is all looking promising. Living Steel, 1,100. So, it's not a huge profit, 155. But remember, that Spirit of Harmony price is not accurate, 689. It's a lot cheaper than that. It's more like 300. So, my profit is going to be much higher.
Yes, me lord.
Paper User, thank you so much for the follow. Now, the rogue one here is Elixir of Major Strength, which is being inflated by the market price there of 404. I need to change that one up. That one's not going to work. So we'll go now Elixir of Major Strength. I didn't see what group that was in. There we are. So elixir of major strength is in dipping for elixirs singles. Let's have a look. Groups. Where have we got? PFA, alchemy, herb shopping, Pandaria. Dipping for elixirs singles. So the operation here, crafting singles multiple. I don't think that this is 12 hours. Vendor sell DB market. Average between DB market and DB region market average at 400% though. Don't think that one's going to really be anything more useful, so we'll go with this one. Was this it was the parent operation, 6 of each, crafting singles multiple. Let's just change that out to, now I have this one min of 5, but how many am I making of here at the moment? I'm making 6, so that's not going to be enough. So I'll go with the mass. No, not region. Oh, actually, region average crafting might save me on that one. Let's add that one in. So that operation, 48 hours, and bid. Now, so that's an old operation that's got a bid in it. That should be 100% technically. Not that it gets used anyway. So minimum DB region market average, or that's not quite right because we don't want the minimum of those two. If anything, that's going to be the maximum. Don't post at that. And then DB region market average is your maximum price. That's a little bit minimal. Let's try 200 and 110% for normal. It's not the greatest of operations. I reserve the right to change that one. Let's just have a look. It's just mainly to catch that one that was going too high. Undercutting competition, normal price, below minimum price on the anti-venom, and the spectral intellect is at min price. Everything else is all looking quite good, I would say, from looking at that. Okay, let's post these on. It can proc freebies though, that's the point of living still. Yes, it is, will, definitely. I'm not sure if I've accounted that into my prices, but yeah. Any freebies, as I got 2 freebies out of the ones I did just craft, that's going to be, so that's good. A few more auctions on, that's looking a little bit better in terms of our list of potions. Much better than it was before. So I'm happy with that upgrade. We got 20,000 gold. We need to get back up to 50,000 gold certainly before I could even consider any of that a profit. So that's always good. Right, that is me done for tonight. Absolutely amazing have all your company tonight. It was wonderful to chat everything gold making Wowhead blog with you all. So my next stream will be Tuesday, all going well. I'm not sure what I've got planned for Tuesday. I'm thinking to continue WoW related at the moment. My other option potentially is a 3D stream I'm thinking of. I had this idea of something I wanted to do for a 3D stream, but I think we'll leave that one for the moment. Thank you, Darkwing, for the suggestions. I'm just going to finish it up there. But feel free, of course, to go to your favourite next streamer. I will see you all very soon. Have a lovely rest of your weekend and a great week. I'll be updating my Patreon groups very soon, so there'll be more videos to come out as well. We'll carry on with the Let's Play series, more videos of that to come out soon. Trying still to do a video every other day with either Minecraft or World of Warcraft on YouTube, so expect to see lots of content coming out from that front. So from myself, Awakening, and my other characters, good night, farewell, happy gold making, and I'll see you all very soon. Till next time.